Some pretty old sycamore. You see at the bottom, it doesn't even have that white appearance anymore. But you go towards the top and boom. And these all seem to be declining with sending up lots of suckers, and most of the branches are gone. It's pretty thin. A lot of the trees look like it. This one has a bunch of hollows, so they're kind of hollow in the middle. And look at this silver maple. It looks like it's pretty much it. It only has like one living part, but it's somehow still alive. These are shrubs of literal bittersweet, mixed with probably privet. This one just fell last year, maybe 2 years ago. See, it's still alive, still trying to send up shoot, but it can't. You can see it tried to survive at least a year or two, and then it finally died. I've seen them fall down and then be able to re-root and regrow. So it's not out of the question that if, like, it might still be alive, you know. Morpha over here, the false indigo. Morpha fruticosa. Artemisia vulgaris, or mugwort, very bad invasive. Here I have catalpa. It might be Bignoides or speciosa, or northern or southern catalpa. It's one of the two. It is a really cool tree. It's not exactly fully native to here, but you know, it's great for pollinators, and there's a few species of moth around here that do eat it. So it's not completely useless. These seed pods are from giant white flowers that are absolutely friggin' beautiful, and it's kind of common along the shores of the Connecticut River. Such a cool tree, and I'm gonna try to gather these seeds and grow them. They can be a little bit invasive and weedy, but you know, they're native near here, like to New York and the Midwest, Ohio, etc. So I'd say they're native to New England. I mean, New England was covered by a sheet of ice 10,000 years ago. They probably lived here before the glaciation, so I'm going to grow it. Invasive lands. Always fun to saunter through. Oh, look, foxtail grass. Hamalinus virginiana, or the witch hazel. These are the old calyxes of its flowers, which bloomed in November. It's a beautiful native tree. This might be the last video. It's pretty much all upland. Going back to my truck. There's a nice creek here. I gotta explore that in the spring. Might be good stuff. You have Euonymus fortunei, and it's an invasive plant that's sold at Home Depot. And typically these are variegated with a lot of white, and they just make this ugly, mounding, just horrendously awful looking ground cover shrub thing. And it doesn't look, it's not a hideous plant, it's definitely a very beautiful plant, I gotta say, but it's invasive and it can take over forest. I've seen entire trees covered with this. It just forms like this thick, it eventually chokes out the tree. This is on a tulip right here. So these just need to be cut, because they will get big. Hedera helix, or English ivy, another horrendous invasive plant that has taken over our forest here in southern New England. Probably other areas of New England too. It's a bad one. Climbs up these trees, it then fruits, then forms a dense ground cover in all other areas. Typically in shadier forests it does that. There's forests in Fisher's Islands that are completely English ivy.